As children, we were told that our world once had heroes. Fairy tales to inspire hope in a world with none. As far back as anyone could remember, mankind had been at war with itself. Orphaned, like so many, I survived by the sword and my wits. Neither of which kept me from being sent to a labor camp. It would have been a death sentence, had I not made a friend. Avil kept me safe, and I kept him sane. And together, we would change the course of history. Avil, did you make it to Delorum?
Yes. I've almost reached the village of Tablis. You were right, Sandra. This place is completely untouched by the invasion.
Have you made contact with the Royal Army?
No. And I'm not exactly getting a warm reception from the locals.
I'm sure they can be seduced by your charms. I was joking, sort of. They may, however, find you more appealing than the jackals about to descend on Tablis.
In moments like this, I actually find myself missing your company, Sandra. How long do I have before the jackals arrive?
Not long. If you don't act quickly, the villagers will be slaughtered. I've teleported escape crystals onto the battlefield. You need only use one of the runestones I gave you to activate them. I'll leave you to it.
Someone help!
The jackals are hunting down civilians. Use your basic attacks to slay them before they slaughter the villagers. Great work. Now charge the crystal to activate the portal and rescue the civilian.
I don't understand what's happening. What are those things? Who are you?
My name is Avil, the last of the Sentinels. I am here to ready your people for war.
I don't know anything about fighting monsters.
There is something you can do for your people. Something that will save thousands of lives.
Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Take this gemstone, and personally see that your king receives it. And when he does, tell him to speak my name into the stone.
The enemy has started killing civilians! Avil, you must act quickly! Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work. If you're ever lost, you can review your objectives at any time. The citizens of Delorum are lucky to have you, Avil. That was just nasty. Some people have climbed onto their...
If I jump onto the side of the building, I can climb up the wall to reach the top.
Another refugee is safe, thanks to you.
No! More refugees have been slaughtered.
legends. Thank you, Sentinel.
Good to see my portals are holding up. Avil, congratulations. You're still alive.
Portals are opening, as you said they would. I was able to send many of the townspeople to safety.
It isn't enough.
I know. I sent your speaking stone off to the king. We'll see if he, in his royal wisdom, sees fit to make an alliance, or if he is as foolish as those who fell before him.
I know how you feel, but we're out of options. We will need to coordinate with the royal forces to fight the coming hordes, and we're going to need them soon.
The jackals I killed, they were scouts.
Yes, I hope you're ready, because the Ravenii will be attacking soon. Has King Nero made contact yet?
So far, nothing but silence.
Avil, we will need alliances to win this war. The most expedient way to convince the king of our intent is to continue fighting for his people and defending his cities. And when you do speak with the king, may I suggest employing a morsel of diplomacy?
I will think on it, Sandra. Now, tell me of our enemy. What is their location? Last we spoke, they were on course for Petrol.
You've arrived just in time. The Horde has almost reached the city limits. Now go, and show the people of Petrol how a Ravenii dies. Executing Ravenii requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians. Another refugee is safe thanks to you. Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work. Use your dodge when an attack is incoming. Great work, Avil. Keep it up.
saved the right man. I am a spice trader, the richest in all of Delorum. Anything you want, my friend, I will make it yours.
I need you to simply send a message to your king. I gave him the means to contact me directly. Have him do so immediately. What is this tower?
We use the watchtowers to keep an eye out for threats. From the top, you can see far beyond the outskirts of Petrol.
I bet climbing the watchtowers would give me a better vantage point.
I'm saved! I am saved!
Look who's early. Avil, get after that Ravenii before he starts destroying the town. That was just nasty.
If it weren't for your noble efforts, I would be dead.
This is only the beginning. If any of us are going to survive what's coming, I need your king to work with me.
I have a contact on the court. I will send urgent word. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Avil, you remember how this works. Hold your rune strike and aim at the Raveni's armor and limbs. Release rune strike to attack.
This Ravenii is no match for my blade.
Great job, Avil. Removing a Raveni's armor and severing its limbs also charges your rune energy. Once you have enough, you will be able to execute the Ravenii. Now aim your rune strike just below the Raveni's knee to sever its leg.
I've got to hit the weak points when they are throwing.
Now finish this. Climb to the base of the Raveni's skull. The ogre's neck will glow when you can target it for your rune strike. Avil, you all right? Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Quickly get to the base of the Raveni's neck.
I can sever the Raveni's limbs if I target their weak points with a rune strike.
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Quickly get to the base of the Raveni's neck. Great work, Avil. That's one less Ravenii we have to kill.
It's a drop in the ocean. If we don't begin coordinating our efforts with the Royal Army, we will soon be overrun by their numbers.
When word of your bravery reaches the king, he will be compelled to trust you.
And while we wait for the fool king to gather his courage, the Ravenii marshal their forces.
You are more right than you know. Another horde is approaching, and this one is better armed.
The next town will not be as fortunate as the last.
Avil, you've arrived just in time. The first of the Ravenii are already approaching the town.
I see you finished deploying the escape crystals as well. I'll slay this monster, and save as many as I can.
Avil, that Ravenii seems to be wearing some kind of heavy armor. Are you sure you can handle it?
You worry about getting your crystals to the surrounding town, Sandra. I'll worry about the Ravenii.
Avil, remember. Executing Ravenii requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians. Dodge just before an attack hits you to avoid taking damage.
This iron armor looks to be bound by large iron locks. I'll try taking those out first. No challenge at all. My rune strike on the locks.
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii. I've got to hit the weak points when they are glowing. I can use my rune strike on the locks. Time to kill a Ravenii.
Avil, what are you doing? Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs. The iron locks may take several rune strikes to remove. Keep at it. Iron locks may take several rune strikes to remove. Keep at it.
No challenge at all. Aim my rune strike carefully to hit those locks.
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii.
I should build more rune energy.
Nice work, Avil. These people owe you their lives.
This time, Sandra. But what of the next? And the next? Without the King's aid, we're relegated to a single battlefield, while the Ravenii push forward on multiple fronts.
You're right, Avil. Which is why we must convince him to join us. This war will not be won by swords alone.
This is King Nero, ruler of Dolorum. You have requested an audience?
This is Avil, the last sentinel, and I wish to strike an alliance with your highness.
Was it your sorcery that created this speaking stone?
My ally, Xandra, crafted this instrument, and others from the weapons of our enemies.
If your boons are so great, why do you seek an alliance?
King Nero, I cannot be everywhere. At this moment, I am approaching Multnomah, where a deadly horde approaches.
Multnomah? No, that's too soon. I dispatched a garrison to the city, but they won't arrive in time. If you are as skilled as I have heard, Avil, then please, save as many of my people as you can. Splendid work, Sentinel. Your duty to the crown will certainly be remembered.
Avil, if too much of the town is destroyed or its people killed, we will have failed. Dodge when an attack is incoming. Avil, if too much of the town is destroyed or its people killed, we will have failed.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
Good work! Now go behead a Ravenii.
People are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Avil, what are you doing? Avil, find cover to regain your health.
Avil, what are you doing? The Ravenii are destroying my kingdom. Avil, you must persevere. must persevere.
Use my rune strike on the locks.
Avil, you all right? Hold your rune strike and aim for the base of the Raveni's neck. Your work here isn't done yet. That Ravenii you just executed wasn't the only one on its way to Moltnamar. When you execute a Ravenii, your rune energy will begin to drain. You will need to build it up again in order to execute another Ravenii.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
I should build more rune energy.
Great job. Keep it up. It looks like this Ravenii brought along a friend. You'll have to face them both.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
I should build more rune energy.
Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. There's no time to waste. Get back in there, Avil.
This is King Eero, ruler of Dolorum.
This is Avil,
Was it your sorcerer?
my ally.
If your boons are...
King Eero.
Moltnama? No, that's too soon. I dispatched a garrison to the city, but they won't arrive in time. If you are as skilled as I have heard, Avil, then please, save as many of my people as you can.
The citizens of Dolorum are lucky to have you, Avil. Avil, if too much of the town is just...
I should build more rune energy.
Nice work! Keep going! Avil, you all right?
My rune strike on the locks.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii.
Oh, that one looked like it really hurt. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Oh, that one looked like it really hurt. You all right?
Sentinel! Dust yourself off and get back in there!
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii. Your work here isn't done yet. That Ravenii you just executed wasn't the only one on its way to Moltnama. When you execute a Ravenii, you will need to build... It looks like this Ravenii brought along a friend. You'll have to face them both. work. Keep going!
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
I should build more rune energy.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
Time to kill a Ravenii.
My people are dying, Avil. You cannot let this happen.
I'll have to charge up my rune energy to take this thing down.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Nice work! Keep going!
I'll have to charge up my rune energy to take this thing down.
You fought bravely, Avil. Thank you. Many of my people owe you their lives.
We are still losing too many.
I agree. Your ally,
Xandra.
she creates your weapons.
The Ravenii use a rare mineral to travel between worlds. Xandra was able to fabricate this talking stone, and our own portals, from similar materials.
I have at my disposal some of the most gifted alchemists, and even they do not understand the properties of this talking stone.
Xandra is brilliant in many ways. Yet as skilled as we are, she and I will not be enough to win this war. Will you combine your forces with our own to defeat this enemy, Your Highness?
Initially, I was reluctant to believe your claims. I had always thought the Sentinels to be a myth, a story to put children to bed.
And now?
I believe. army has been dispersed to the locations you decided were most vulnerable to attack. But I fear this strategy leaves my forces spread thin.
I need your army to play a defensive role. By alerting me of attacks as they occur, I can engage the enemy while your forces see to the safety of your people. We'll use signals in the watchtowers to guide refugees through the safest escape routes.
Slowing the Horde down while we move people out of their path will minimize casualties, while Xandra attempts to build a portal strong enough for us to escape the Ravenii.
Avil, do you hear that? The alarm has been raised. The Ravenii are attacking on multiple fronts.
Get your people to safety, and I'll fight as many as I can.
Avil, we've gotten several reports of terrifying new jackals in the area. Don't let them harm the civilians. That was a good one. Do another.
Good work, Avil. My people thank you.
Squishy little things, aren't they? The citizens of Delorum are lucky to have you, Avil.
Another refugee has been seen, but there are plenty more where they came from. Keep it up, Sentinel.
That was just nasty.
Too dangerous to try and channel this crystal with enemies nearby. Another innocent life lost.
The people of Delorum shall be indebted to you, Avil. Excellent work, Avil.
That was quite the sporting maneuver, Sentinel. This is madness, Avil. We should be bringing the fight to the Ravenii, not waiting for them to attack us.
Other leaders had that same idea, Your Highness. They saw their armies butchered, and their kingdoms reduced to ash. This isn't any war you've fought before, or any enemy you've ever known.
And what will you do to prevent Delorum from suffering a similar fate? Do you believe Sandra can truly build a device capable of ending this war?
I do. If you were to assist Sandra in her work, and give her the resources of your court, we may find that solution sooner.
Very well. I will welcome your ally into my palace, and give her the full resources of my kingdom.
Wonderful. You will soon experience her genius for yourself, and furthermore, I think you will find her to be an entertaining addition to your court.
Is her disposition as taciturn as your own?
Oh no, she's far worse.
I have met with Sandra. She is talented.
You may come to appreciate her candor.
I will send an expedition to collect the material she requires. But it is...
No, it is not. But you must move quickly. Every day we are losing...
I know, and they are closing in on your location as we speak. Try to stall their advance as much as you can.
I sense a treacherous presence nearby. The Ravenii have come.
Believe the legends. Thank you, Sentinel.
Another Ravenii has arrived. How long can I keep them at bay? need to aim for the base of the neck.
Good work, Avil. Now, on to the next.
Here comes another one. I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii. I must find cover to regain my health.
My people shall not forget what you've done here today, Sentinel. Avil, what are you doing? The Ravenii are destroying my kingdom!
Another Ravenii has arrived. How long can I keep them at bay? To build more energy for a kill. This Ravenii is no match for my blade.
Sentinel! Dust yourself off and get back in there! Avil, you must persevere!
Aim for the base of the neck.
Good work, Avil. Now, on to the next.
need more power to take this thing down. I can sever the Ravenni's limbs if I target their weak points with a rune strike. No challenge at all.
Avil, you must persevere! Where are you? Gods protect us.
I'm fine, Your Highness. Attend to your own affairs. Find cover to regain my health. This thing down in no time. To hit the weak points when they are glowing. I can use my rune strike on the locks.
Sentinel! Dust yourself off and get back in there! Persevere.
This Ravenii is no match for my blade. is no match for my blade. To aim for the base of the neck.
While Sandra is in your care, I hold you responsible for her safety.
I understand she means much to you.
Her wisdom cuts as sharp as my blade. This war will not be won by force alone. We will need her contributions to survive.
I will guard her with my life.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Your Highness? It pains you to speak my title, doesn't it?
My history with royalty has been solely as a pawn, slave, and quarry.
And for whom did you serve?
It does not matter. Rulers were beheaded and replaced before their bodies were yet cold. Those ever-loyal citizens pledged themselves to their new king with the same breath that they cursed the last, and yet all the while they suffered. I serve none but myself now.
An expedition of my most valuable men has left to retrieve the material Xandra requires for her weapon.
That is heartening news.
The journey is not without significant risks. If the Ravenii discover what we are looking for, if they even discover us in that vicinity, our plans will be exposed.
I will draw their attention away from your mission.
I know it puts you in great danger to do so, but we may lose the war.
Avil, is that Raveni's armor made of gold? You should save me some as a souvenir. This gold armor is bound by several large locks. Destroy them all with your rune strike to take the armor out. Nice work! Keep going!
I can use my rune strike on the locks.
You may be able to use your whip on areas of that gold armor to gain a height advantage on your opponent. Oh, that one looked like it really hurt.
have to aim my rune strike carefully to hit those locks.
Nice work. Keep going.
Use my rune strike on the locks. Aim my rune strike carefully to hit those locks. I'll have this thing down in no time. Use my rune strike on the locks.
Avil, focus.
Your skills give us a considerable advantage. If we had more sentinels, even a handful, we could easily beat back the Ravenii and reclaim...
I agree. An army of sentinels would win this war handily. But the time needed to develop these skills in others is a resource we do not have. I am already struggling to defend the people of Delorum.
You had a teacher, someone Xandra refers to as the Old Man. Would he not want you to train...
The old man took his wishes and his secrets to his grave. Better that they stay there than to speculate. He trained me to win this war. I owe him nothing more.
It sounds like you have a few secrets of your own.